Bam! Okay, guys, so I'm going live for the first time on YouTube with a lot of background noise. I thought the leaf blower was finished, but apparently not. So I'm going to shut my window. We've got one whole viewer, so let's hold on. Let me shut this window. And we're back. Hi! You guys, this is my first time on YouTube, so you can see how prepared I am. All right, we've already got 60 people in the chat. That's really, really cool. You guys may not realize that I do a lot of live broadcasts on Periscope, and and also on my Facebook pages, on all three. Thank you so much. I appreciate that you appreciate my videos. Okay, so today, Mayweather or McGregor. You know, I haven't been watching that MMA stuff for a hot minute, so I couldn't tell you. But I want to talk about ketogenesis because there's so much crap on the internet. Conflicting, confusing, bullcrap. So, thank you, Keisha. Hi, Sense. Is that your name? Sense Clothing. Okay, that's what your brand is. What's up? Howdy. I know you guys got a lot of weird names, so if I don't say it, it's because I don't know how to say it. Hi, guys. You know, this is my first time. Thank you so much, Haley. She's appreciating my videos. What up? So, as you guys, a little nervous, believe it or not, I've done so many live broadcasts on other platforms, but never on YouTube. So, before I started this one, thank you, everyone. Oh, okay, that's good that it's a lot better. So, I thought I would, so Richard says, what up, Steph? What up, back? Okay, so I know that people, yes, boom, that's business, right? Not too bad for just 50. He's way realer, but you don't know me, so that's just trolling. All right. Okay, so thank you. I'm going to talk about some things that you guys may not realize, right? That other channels don't talk about that are realer. Because I don't know how much more real you can get at almost 50. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Just saying. Because I be talking about people's poop and stuff and the difficulties and challenges to adapt and other people don't. He's anal about everything? I don't know. He doesn't matter, guys. We're here on Steph's chat. Who cares about what other people do? Okay. So I want to talk to you guys about a couple things that I've been talking about. Okay, personal assistance with keto plans. You guys are like coming at me fast, like boom, 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 boom. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do is, and I might turn off the chat for a minute, you guys, so I can just, I'll be 50 in 2 months for 1967, no joke. So there's a lot of epigenetics involved with my DNA, and I want to talk about that as well. But I think, so I'm not to be distracted, I'm going to turn off the chat. I want to talk about some things. I got some stuff to the left of me. 1970, what? I'm going to talk about some things that just need to be addressed. So this is my first time on YouTube doing this stuff. All right, so hold on, guys. What I'm going to do is talk about a few things, and then I'm going to open up the chat just to answer your questions. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to show live or non. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the chat. Guys, just for like 5-minute rant. Just 5 minutes. Okay. So I think that worked. So I'm just turning you guys off for a hot minute because on Facebook, the comments are real slow. You're like, anybody there? And on Periscope, they go fast, but I realize now, my first time on YouTube, they go super fast. So, I want to talk to you guys about the stuff that I've been researching for my book. Yes, I'm promoting and writing a book. It is very hard to do. I was very naive in my signing of the contract because the time that you really need to write a book that explains things that are unclear on the internet, I have to cram it. So if you guys want to know how I spend my time, it's like this all day, researching and putting stuff in the book. All right, so first I was going to talk about fat. Let's talk about fat real quick, right? So here I've got Kerrygold butter, okay? I've got some coconut oil. I just grabbed stuff really quick from my countertop. And I've got some macadamia nuts flavored. And I've got some spoons. So this is what I'm going to talk about right now is blood sugar dysregulation and how to get the fat in and what does keto look like, the basics. And then I'm going to take your guys' questions. I'm going to start talking about some really serious stuff that's going on with your gut. All right. So essentially, when you guys eat a carbohydrate meal, because a lot of people who are watching this live broadcast don't do keto. Let's keep it real. So when you eat carbohydrates, that's rice and beans or potatoes, anything that's a starch, sugars, processed foods, your body can only handle this much carbohydrate at one time. That's a teaspoon. It's a tablespoon. So you see the size difference? This is what you can handle just one meal. Because I'm not just giving my opinion, I'm going to say some becauses. Look at those other videos. They don't tell you because. They just tell you. Because in the wild, we did not have a lot of vegetation essentially to eat. Because millions and even billions of years before we even came around, plants were on the planet and they had already created a defense. Plant chemicals. So you guys might have heard of salicylates, oxalates, goitrogens, phytates, lectins. So really, the plant source foods we had were not abundant or apparent. They were leaves, they were some roots, they were very sparingly and very seasonal. So it's no wonder that when you have cooked, processed starches or sugars, you're going to go way beyond what we would have eaten outside. Now, it's easy to eat about 5 to 8 grams of carbohydrate in a teaspoon. That's easy. I mean, you can collect, that's not a problem. The problem is that the pancreas cannot do the math beyond that teaspoon. It can go 1 gram of glucose to 1 gram of insulin, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Once you get past 5 to 8 grams of glucose within the bloodstream, the body doesn't know what to do because outside we wouldn't have that much carbohydrate and no processed carbohydrates. So the body's going to overcompensate. Blood sugar rises, insulin's going to rise higher, people. And that insulin is to get that glucose out of the blood either for energy or to protect your cells from glycation, which is the damage of the cell lining. Because too much blood sugar creates what? Problems in diabetics, blindness, neuropathy, pain, like heart disease, kidney problems, circulation problems. And that's the problem that we're going through today. So you guys know that I've been talking about keto for a while. So it's really frustrating that I see all this stuff on the internet that is so feeding into your guys' egos. Now I could do it too. I could sell a 90-day program, get ripped and shredded like Steph, lose weight and get into ketosis, and I would have 300,000, 500,000 subscribers. But I won't do that. I often tell people it's difficult to get into ketosis, and I don't like to talk about weight loss. I like to talk about getting healthy on keto. But with that said, the problem is our blood sugar is shooting really high. Not just, we can match our glucose up to 8 grams, but once it starts getting higher and higher, the pancreas is like, yo, I can't keep up with all the carbohydrates that are coming in, so I'm always going to overcompensate insulin. And insulin does things like make things grow, like your muscles, right? Getting the amino acids into your muscle cell or getting glucose into the fat cells as storage. So I often explain to people that if your glucose is high, then your insulin is high, and you can't lose weight like that. if you do lose weight, it's through desperate measures, through exogenous drugs or overcranking the body, even though the blood sugar is high, meaning like not eating high and like constantly doing a lot of cardio, which creates thyroid damage in a lot of people. And nobody talks about this stuff. So everyone's like on Instagram and everybody's all ripped and shredded with muscles, and nobody goes beneath the surface and goes, oh, your poop floats? Oh, okay, you bloated all the time? Oh, you crash in the middle of the day? No one's going to talk about that. They're going to only talk about the amazing benefits of whatever they're doing. So blood sugar dysregulation is what starts with us as modern humans. We can't regulate our blood sugar into a homeostatic balance. So once the blood sugar keeps spiking and insulin keeps spiking higher, people often develop two types of issues, either hypoglycemia, reactive hypoglycemia, or they start to develop insulin resistance. That's where that insulin signal is not working very well to do its job. So blood sugar stays high and it just damages stuff. Don't believe me? Look at people. They're swollen, they're red blotchy in the scalp, they have dandruff, they're this, their skin's like, you can see lines on the faces indicative of what's going on in your organs. Under the eyes is your kidneys. You've got here your colon, up here you've got your liver. Between the eyebrows you have your liver. So when people's faces all pruned out, you can really see what's going on in their internal organs from glycation from too much sugar. So that's the main thing that I want to talk about with you guys, is that if your sugar remains high, what? You can't adapt. People are like, is it exogenous ketones okay? Will that get me into ketosis? Can I pee on a strip? No, you cannot do any of these things. Keto is not going to be in a product. Exogenous ketones spike your blood sugar. Spike your ketones. Not in everyone, but they're not viable. Because if that glucose signaling is too high, the brain's going to digress or divert over to glucose always. So blood sugar up and down and up and down. Think about every time that your blood sugar drops, your adrenals have to crank out adrenaline to get your energy back up, because you have your job. You have to do stuff. You're at the gym. So I'm not going to go into a big diatribe about all this kind of stuff. I'm going to actually turn on the chats real soon. But I want to go over the fats really quick, and then I'm going to take your guys' questions. So coconut oil, there's been this big article about coconut oil, the saturated fat being dangerous. Propaganda! What are these people? What? Don't even get me started. It's gotta be the Food and Drug Administration. Like, oh, we're losing money. People are starting to eat higher fats and less carbohydrates and less proper processed carbohydrates. In fact, there's, I can't remember which Polynesian island where they lived primarily off of coconuts, and they were centenarians, and they smoked cigarettes. So it's obviously probably in the 1950s or 60s where they did this test to go over there and see that all these people were living so long and they were smoking, but this was their diet, and fish. Come on now. Lauric acid, it's in breast milk. It helps with our immune function. Now, but you don't need coconut oil to adapt. Butter is great. Butter, I can go through these for breakfast. What I do is I take a chop of something. I'll have like a chicken thigh. I'll put the fork through the thigh and then through the butter and eat it at the same time. And I'm doing that. I'm like, oh, the package is almost gone. So when people are saying like, how can you eat so much fat? It's easy. Fat is demonized. So all of the properties, the CLAs and the fat soluble vitamins, the lauric acid, the medium chain triglycerides, and butter, if you don't have a sensitivity to the very, very small amounts of casein and whey in your butter, then this is a superfood, right? Butter doesn't plaque your arteries, sugar does, carbs do, through glycation. 5 grams, glucose, insulin. All right. Macadamia nuts. So for a long time, I did not approve of these, but this is random, right? I'm doing random subjects. They are monounsaturated fats, so they're not polys, which are more high in omega-6, which we are too acidic. We have a lot of 6. We have just way too much 6 dominant in our lifestyles and body. So these are flavored nuts. You guys, I'm writing the Ultimate Keto book, and I really don't want to do this, but I'm creating recipes because I want to educate you people on what the food does to your body. especially if you have holes in the gut lining, which none of these cheese infected and crazed people talk about because it doesn't fit their agenda. So with that said, I'm going to turn back on the chat. Okay. Looks like you guys have been arguing without me even seeing. I guess you guys will see this on the replay. And this is the reason why I turned off the chat, is because if I start seeing all this stuff, it's just, you guys, I've changed a lot. I've matured. Anybody who comes onto this channel to make comments is interested in what I'm saying, even though they portray that they're not. So if I see negative comments, I will block it. This is a really insecure guy here, the Korean dude. I think you just press on the comments and then you block them. I think. Yeah, what I'm learning is to not let the people in the chat get to you. They're trying to get everyone's attention, plus myself. Okay, cheese is coming from cows. It's got, especially from A1 cows, it's got casein in it. So that's the problem. Casein can be, whey and casein are growth factors. They're supposed to take a 75-pound calf and grow it to a 2,000-pound bull. So these growth factors can be a problem. And not in everyone, it's not as apparent. Sometimes damage to the body takes decades. We're like cockroaches. We can take a lot of damage, but if you look at people and their skin quality, their energy levels, their digestive issues, you will see over time that they start to develop hiccups in their DNA from these foods that we're not supposed to eat. So the carbohydrates, and you guys got to realize, like, if I don't answer a question, recycle it if you really want a question answered, because YouTube's questions go so fast, I don't even know how to keep up with it. So carbs beyond, this guy's like, is carbs not good? It's too many carbohydrates. The body can't regulate the blood sugar. That's the problem. And that's why people are attracted to ketogenesis, as to fix the damage from eating the processed standard American diet from before. So 20 net carbs, the reason why you keep your carbohydrates low, net, and that's net from the cruciferous type. The reason why you keep your carbohydrates low is because you're trying to, you want your body to not rely on glucose. You want it to start breaking down and creating the enzymes to start breaking down fat, to convert into ketones via the liver, so it can get into the Krebs cycle, into the brain, so you have a new substrate, a new gasoline substrate that doesn't have those insulin spikes, because insulin can be caustic and also damaging to the cells. You might be able to clear out glucose, but you can't clear out insulin that fast. Carbs are addicting because they have a dopamine, right, neurotransmitter response in the brain, like a drug. I mean, with a drug, you might feel like a kind of sensation, but what will happen is, if you've got chocolate in the fridge or the counter, you'll just think about it. You'll think about it all the time. That's the addictive pattern that the brain is wanting to spike. Often when your serotonin is low, people will crave glucose. Not only because if they're tired and their blood sugar is low, but also because it's got that serotonin bump and the dopamine bump. It's you can do keto seasonally if you want to. I choose to do it permanently. So I started this whole thing because my mother had a glioblastoma, which is the most aggressive brain cancer, and to get her to remotely even eat like myself, or like I wanted her to, I had to do it with her, right? I had to influence her. So that's how I started doing keto, because I wanted to be able to explain to her the process through what I was also going through. So that's how I got into it. Paleo still involves certain fruits, dried fruits, starches like sweet potato, and it doesn't create ketones. You're still sugar dependent. When you're sugar dependent, no, there's only one keto cookbook, and that's the one I'm making. The rest of them, I'm sorry, I've seen them all. They're bullshit. No disrespect to any of these people that worked hard on their books, but unless you start creating disclaimers on these foods, they won't get you into ketosis. You can't use swerve and like whey protein and almond flour. That's not going to put you in ketosis. It's just not. You know, and cheese. Nope. 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 I don't know if I'm a great daughter. I just, you know, I think anybody wouldn't want their it's so interesting that people come to my chat and are calling me a nigger. You must love me. Fabulous. Nigger, 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 nigger. I don't know how to block yet. It looks like you're just supposed to push on the I think you're supposed to just push on it, and yeah, there's a lot of jealousy, but that's the, you know, the destruction of our society today. The reason why 200 grams of dietary fat is because, yeah, it's just better to ignore. I will learn how to block, and then because a person can say nigger, I don't care. And they can say nigger, 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 nigger. It doesn't do anything to me. It's just it's the projection of their own insecurity. But responding to the people is what they want. You know, these are insecure people behind computers, because if they were in my face, nope. Yeah, there is. Workout videos, I have workout videos. Okay, it's 20 grams of carbohydrates a day that will prevent you from being kicked out of ketosis. Hemp seeds, yes. Recycle questions, guys, if I don't get to you fast enough. So 200 grams of fat helps stimulate ketones, right? The dietary fat will convert into ketones. To get your brain to get off of the carbs, you have to lower your carbs and up the fat. You can't lower your carbs and lower the fat. The body will make ketones and then not use them. And then you have this negative feedback like response that your body will start kicking out gluconeogenesis to spike back up your blood sugar to try to get sugar, but you can't get muscle glycogen from gluconeogenesis filled up, so you just feel like crap. So you have to get in those dietary fats to convince the brain that there's a new substrate of gasoline that's going to enter the machine. Bone broth lasting in the refrigerator, I mean, I'd probably say maximum 2 weeks if there's a lot of fat in it. And what about Asian people eating rice? I mean, what about it? Yeah, well, now you know what it's like to do social media with a lot of trolls that come on. But they click on because they go like, nigger, but then they see that I'm live and they want to watch. You know, it's just kind of like, what is it? Anyway. Yeah, okay, you guys, if you write questions like this guy, this Haley wrote raw cheese something, if you write too much, I mean, I think I can push down and start, I guess I could. See a lot of contradictions, vegan, vegetarians, keto, but I am having such an issue losing weight. PCOS, yeah. So polycystic ovarian syndrome, that's a whole nother subject on how people with PCOS, are you on metformin? Like, that's an issue. Okay, constipation is coming from a couple problems. You might have a electrolyte balance, right? If you don't get enough water, sodium, potassium, magnesium, and you're hemorrhaging water, because for every 1 bite of a carb you eat, your body holds on to 2.8, even 3 to 4 grams of water per bite, per gram. Not bite, but you know, that's sort of a reference. 1 gram to 2.8 to 3 grams, and you're losing water, so your bowels dry up and you can't poop. It's not a fiber problem because you can eat quite a lot of fibrous cruciferous vegetables on a ketogenic protocol. Okay, 71 grams of fat is not keto. That's not going to put you into ketosis. That's going to put you into thyroid sickness. Pellegrino here and there is fine, but you're drinking a lot of air, so you're not really getting super hydrated. You know, if you're out at a restaurant, you just want to have a Pellegrino, but there are some people who only drink Pellegrino. Okay, so, no, guys gotta understand, has nothing to do with how many grams of carbs you can eat before you're kicked out. It's the kind of carbs. You always have to eat carbs with a lot of fiber, Because if you have 5 grams of pure sugar, it'll kick you out. Your body will not use the viable ketones. Your blood sugar will remain high. No, dark chocolate is not fine because it's got caffeine in it and mycotoxins, and you guys have fucked up guts. Sorry, fracked up guts. Changes in stool, like I said, you can become constipated. Now, some people, first of all, everybody out there should go look at their poop and see if it floats, because 9 times out of 10, you have floaty poop sometimes, and that means that, let's see here. Trying to figure out how to block. Oh, there we go. I just have to push harder. Okay, so I've learned how to block now. No, now I can just block them and not even react. Yes, I was not pushing on the face icon. That was the problem. I was pushing on the text. Beer every once in a while. Unfortunately, the ethanol will spike your blood sugar and then drop it. So when people finally test their blood sugar after drinking alcohol, they're like, it's low. And I'm like, yes, because you have a hypoglycemic response because it shot up real high, which will kick you out of ketosis. And then, a few days of doing that, you'll rebound and blood sugar will just go really, really high. So no beer. Keto is you either do it or don't do it. You do it or do not. High testosterone on keto, is that a woman? Is that a woman? That's a question mark, because if you're a man, you want high testosterone. So people don't develop high testosterone if you're a woman on keto. You probably have an underlying polycystic ovarian syndrome issue. You can go to my website, which is stephanieperson.com, and there you can, but I only want to be contacted if it's like if you want a consultation or want to know about a consultation. I don't want anyone to contact me on my site because they have a question. That's impossible. You guys, I have like YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. It's like questions. I'm like, and then I don't have time to do anything else. Protein, what about protein? Your float poops because you have holes in your gut lining. Yeah, your gut wall is compromised. It's basically fracked up. Yep, and there's a lot of war going on within the colon, and your poop starts to float. It shows that you're malabsorptive, so it doesn't sink to the bottom. Your body's not absorbing nutrients because the gut lining's screwed up. No, a pound of bacon will not make you adapt. In fact, most times it's going to have sugar or a terabyte of sugar in it, and it's going to have too much protein per slice, and you won't adapt on too much protein. People think they can just eat gobs of protein. Like, this shit gets clogged up in here, people. You can't just eat a bunch of protein and then use it all. A lot of it gets converted into glucose. The body's like, hey, you're eating too much, so let's just use some of this stuff as sugar. It doesn't matter that you tested, no, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but often with blood tests can be subjective because they don't know what's going on in the cell. So your testosterone is high, but they're saying that you don't have PCOS. What's your blood sugar? If your estrogen is high and your testosterone is high, which it probably is. Come on, it's not going to be like progesterone's here and estrogen's here and progesterone's here, but then testosterone's up here. It's probably not. Now, it may happen, but I don't think that's what it is. 90 grams of protein. I don't know if you're male or female. If you guys are asking about protein, state if you are a female or male. Okay, fixing holes in the gut lining is a big, huge thing, people. It's a huge subject. Hashimoto's, yes, another huge subject. Leaky gut, yes. Spoonfuls of olive oil. Well, olive oil is not very stable. Not gonna lie. So when I hear these doctors like, I eat olive oil every day, and I'm like, what's a freaking oil, yo? That stuff, you know what I want to say. This stuff oxidizes. Don't pound down the olive oil. Great that it's a monounsaturated fat, but you can't adapt on just plant fats. You need fat, soluble, you need the ADEK, fat soluble vitamins. You need the mono, it's MUFAs, PUFAs, and SFAs. You need the right ratio of these fatty acids that are very much like our own body, that your body knows how to use and convert, and it's just not going to do it on a primary source of mono. Books, the book I'm writing. I'm writing a book. Look at how many questions guys are going on to. Keto for Hashimoto's. Keto for Hashimoto's and lupus, you guys must listen to me. Stop eating the cheese. Stop drinking the friggin' alcohol and refeeding and and having these like allergenic foods in your diet, 9 times out of 10, there's something going on with your gut if you have Hashimoto's or hypothyroidism. Yes. 90 grams of protein is death to a woman. I eat like 53 grams of protein and I am built. I'm a beast. 5'3". Too much protein. If you're insulin sensitive, you don't have a need for all that protein. And in the wild, some people wouldn't even eat for 2 damn days. Why are we eating 90 grams of protein all day long? That would just clog my bowels up. I'm glaring. Thank you. I'm kidding. Probiotics can be dangerous. I'm not going to lie. Start with probiotic. If you have the wrong culture in the gut and it doesn't agree with the bacteria, the biome there, it can create an explosion of more bad bacteria. So you have to start baby, like 5 billion cultures, do like a baby probiotic and see if you have a gut response. It's not genetics, guys. This has nothing to do with genetics. If you stuck my brother right next to me or anyone in my family, right? My brother, my mother, my father, if you stuck them next to me, you'd be like, oh, okay, this girl's been taking care of herself. That's called epigenetics. Okay? That is what my brother, who's just 2 years older than me, not the same. You have to work on preserving your genetics. I started doing keto almost 10 years ago, people, and my ass is going to be 50 in 2 months. This is not genetics anymore. I'm past those years of good genes. Bye. They're gone. You guys need to understand this. I'll try to get to how we heal leaky gut. Number 1, get rid of all the foods that could be creating the problem, like lectin high foods. So if you guys are carb eaters, get rid of the beans, the rice, the oats, the sprouted crap. Get rid of it. Get rid of things like nightshades, like potatoes, tomatoes, onions. Get rid of them. Well, thank you for calling me a nigger, because you're on my page, so you must be a nigger lover. Why be on someone's page and call them a nigger? They'll be like, ooh, who's that girl? I'm going to go on her page and try to get her attention. Stephanie, look at me. The fat protein ratios are 80%, 15-5 when you first start off doing a ketogenic protocol. Thank you, Sarah. If I don't get to your questions, come back to them. Well, I know you're a nigger lover because you're on my channel. You are a nigger lover. Boom. Anybody who comes to this channel saying that I'm a nigger, they're a nigger lover. Thank you, taxpayer. Sweet potatoes, if you have leaky gut, then yes, I hate to say this, but even sweet potatoes that are such a slow burning carb are great. Skin cancer, yeah. Now, I mean, ketones, being highly adapted is really great. Yes. Bye. Bye, all you nigger lovers. Okay, talk about healing your gut again. So healing the gut comes from rotating foods. So you have to learn how to rotate your foods. When you start eating mono foods, eating the same food every day, your body has a buildup of plant and toxins that it's a buildup. So when you rotate them, that's okay, darling. Nigger lover, I'm just going to block you every time. Okay. So, is butter okay, but not cheese? Because butter has way less casein and whey in it. That's why. It has almost none. So more people respond from cream who've got gut issues than hold on, guys. Let me just try to get rid of the troll here. Okay. Okay, so it's 80% fat, 15% protein, 5% carbohydrates, and that's starting from 200 grams of fat, but you really can go between 200 to 300. Things are in range. There is sugar in coconut milk, so you have to pour out the water and really get thick, creamy type of coconut cream or oil. or cream or, okay guys, I'm going so fast. Hold on. Click and report. Yeah, now I start to realize it's report. Okay, let's see here. So I've got to report them. Report. Yes. And, okay. Okay. So if I get to your questions here, okay. It's somebody who's really insecure that it's like listening to a 5-year-old going nigger, nigger, nigger. Okay, so it's very hard to outline what to eat in a day. It has things to do with, like, if you're male or female, how much you want to have. Basically, you want to start your day with breakfast. This intermittent fasting thing, I'm surprised you guys haven't brought it up. Yeah, the reason why the chat's back on is that I actually want to, like, block all of the nigger, nigger, nigger person, because if I do more live broadcasts, then I gotta get rid of all the troll accounts they have, so then they can't come back to the channel. Well, I have to block them. I'd love to smile, but I have to pay them attention as far as just blocking them. If you have no gallbladder, you have to split up your fats. You have to use ox bile salts, maybe HCl, betaine, HCl, and there's a lot of people that can do keto without a gallbladder. I will get some moderators. I will. This is my first time. No, bell peppers are super, lectin, damaging your gut lining, and I'm just now telling people, look deeper at the foods that you're eating. We grow up with it, like, bell peppers on pizza, and we don't realize why we're having issues. We don't realize why we're tired, or why we have joint pain, or don't recover after a workout, or, get colds and flus, and we're bloated all the time, and women's menstrual cycles are terrible, and men's testosterone drops too quickly. Like, people don't question these things. They think it's normal. How do you get your parents on keto? I don't know, point them to my videos, and probably their age. Or maybe not, maybe I'm younger. The best sources is foods high in omega-3, cholesterol, butter. Guys do really, really well on grass-fed butter. Fasting blood sugar of 103 is too high. If you wake up and test your blood sugar and it's like you just ate a candy bar, 103, you're having, this is what I said in the beginning of this broadcast, you're having blood sugar dysregulation. You don't count calories on keto. It's about the macrograms. Because if I ate 500 calories from steak and 500 calories from cookies, they will not do the same job in the body, people. Steak is not going to raise my blood sugar as high as cookies, and when cookies spike your blood sugar so high, you start storing fat. So calories really don't matter. Eggs, the whites of the egg are very allergenic. Okay, so a lot of people start to develop egg allergies and sensitivities because of the lectin factor, poking holes in the gut lining. So I would not go beyond like 6 eggs a day if you're a dude. Like, be really careful with the eggs, guys, and stick more towards the yolk. The macros are easy. You just take like 4 ounces of a chicken breast, which you really just eat fatty meats on a ketogenic protocol. It's going to be between like 24 ounces, about 20 to 25 grams of total protein. But that's too high. We want, for guys, it's okay. Guys can eat up to about 25 grams of protein per meal. And I've got very wide hands here because I do a lot of lifting. These are pull-up hands. But this is about the size of a chicken breast right here. That's the size of a chicken breast. So that's going to be fine for a guy who's active, but for a woman, it's death. You can't do that. And be careful for the quality of meat, because you can get kidney stones if you're not careful. So some of these things that vegans say are correct, that certain types of meats can be problematic for the body, but keto is not a high protein diet. People get that mistaken with Atkins, and even Atkins wasn't high protein. People tend to go high on their protein because they're afraid of the fats. So the fats are never high enough, and then they're always hungry, and that's why protein starts to rise. So calorie cycling, high-low days, that doesn't make any sense, calorie cycling. What does that mean? High days of fat? You know, put it into better context. Nuts, no, nuts are super high in phytates. People try to soak them, right? Ferment, soak to get out these plant chemicals. People, the planet's been around, like if you measure time, if the planet's been around for 24 hours, we've been around for 1 second. And that's not enough to deal with that whole day. 5 billion years of evolution where plants have learned how to survive. Like they don't want to die. They send off signals to each other like, bro, somebody's trying to eat us. They've developed chemicals, and that's why eating the same food all the time can frack you up. Boom! Just like that. Why does anybody else talk about this on their channel? Oh, I'm sorry, because that doesn't get the views. I say stuff that people don't want to hear. If you keep eating the same food, stevia is fine as long as you don't have a reaction to it. Canned sardines, olive oil, fine. Remember, the olive oil is not going to be great quality, but you know, if you don't have a lot of money, fine. Yeah. Lupus, yeah, great. It's great. It's going to completely like help cells to rebuild nervous system. But if you do keto the wrong way, you're going to mess your body up. I've seen it a million times. No, xylitol is a sugar alcohol, spike your blood sugar, and the stuff is really taxing on the gut, the sugar alcohols. Frack them, get rid of it. Garbage. I don't look like down. People always compare me to any black woman. I look nothing like her. Go Google Donna Summer right now. Her eyes, her nose, everything different color, everything. But thank you. Only stevia, and it's only a very small percentage of the planet that react to it, because you know it's a process. These things are processed foods, and even natural source foods can frack you up if they have too many plant chemicals. Now, if we didn't have such poor gut linings, we wouldn't have such extreme reactions like cancer and lupus and autoimmune disorders and rheumatoid arthritis if we had stronger gut linings. No, 260-20. 60 grams of protein is on 200 grams of fat is way too much protein, and you won't adapt on it. And if you don't believe me, use a glucometer. It'll prove that. I don't have to argue with anybody saying that you can have high protein and keto adapt. Just watch your blood sugar after you eat a lot of protein in one meal. Test it every 30 minutes for up to 2 hours. You can be like, damn, she's right, yo, my blood sugar went boom. I've seen it on 1 million people. The only reason why you're a skinny girl, so that must be skinny fat. There's a lot of stuff going on there. The only reason why I started promoting videos against nuts and protein is because people weren't adapting. Because I didn't have any clue in the beginning. I was like, yeah, I ate some cheese. It was even on my website. The amount of protein, I didn't moderate that. I didn't monitor. I had no idea. You learn by osmosis, and you learn over time. And I've been coaching thousands of people now, and so you learn. Yes, well, for women, it's like 2 fingers measured raw. Measured cooked. Now, this is measured cooked for women. This is about 2 ounces. It's very subjective, but if you guys need an eyeball perspective, this is about 2 ounces of protein. This is about 3. This is about 4, right? So, breast, thigh, honey. No, you want kidney stones? Eat a chicken breast. We weren't hunter-gatherers hunting chickens, people. So, there's problems with pure proteins to the body and high amounts of protein. Woo! These questions came in, and then they come out. Probably, it depends on how tall you are and how active you are, but between 45 and about 55 grams of protein in the range for women, and for men, it's about, I know this is going to freak men out, it's about 69 grams to about 85, and 75 grams is more of a sweet spot for men, because you only need about 4 ounces of protein per main meal if your fat's high enough. Well, it's not, whoever's saying I've been eating 85-15 fat, that doesn't matter. All my videos are about if you can't get stress down, you can't get your blood sugar down. It doesn't matter if your macros are perfect at all. If you guys cannot get your sugar down, that 90 milligrams per deciliter of her blood sugar is coming from stress. Straight up. Stress. Boom. Boom. Lunch example. Chicken thigh, any salmon, fatty meats, right? You can do organ meats. Just be careful how you cook them. But you could do pork belly, ribeye. Ribeye's great. No coffee. avocado or lettuce. Well, if you don't have a gut problem and you don't have histamine intolerance, I'd say avocado, right? Because it's got the potassium in it, and lettuce doesn't. You can't lift heavy when you first do keto. I mean, you think hunter or gatherers are like, they would laugh at the way we do things now. Lifting heavy kills your joints. It's an inflammatory reaction. It's very catabolic. It's very gluconeogenic. So you have to baby step your way into lifting heavy. If you're like an Olympic lifter or power lifter, you can't just lift heavy and then do keto, because you will get messed up. You're going to get the keto flu. Your electrolytes are going to go brant. Ketones are going to come out of your urine, and it can mess your thyroid up and drop your testosterone if you lift heavy too soon. Thank you, Jody. Yoga is great as relaxation, but yoga is not great to develop GLUT4 receptor to get your blood sugar down. Thank you. I'm trying my best. Yeah, hypoglycemia is another thing that develops with people who lift too heavy and they're not adapted yet. Remember, guys, your glycogen, that's the muscle gasoline, gone. Your body's relying on liver glycogen. No, that'll mess you up. Like adrenal issues, thyroid issues, I've seen it a million times. You guys have to, people, I do 85-15 and I'm not, I'm gaining weight or I'm not in keto. I'm like, exactly. Because maybe you're lifting heavy. Maybe when are you spreading out your mist? How much fat? What kind of fat are you eating? Are you hitting REM state cycles when you sleep? No? What kind of damage to your body happened before? What's your menstrual cycle like? What was your testosterone before you did keto? Oh, you don't know. That's the problem. And that's the thing. No, erythritol, get rid of it. It's junk, garbage. Get rid of it. Salt is good because the Bible says so. Salt is good because if you don't have salt, you'd be dead. You can't have the electric conduction between cells. I'm sorry. Your kidneys, you would die if you didn't have sodium. I think that people, when they first do keto, they should do 3 main meals and 2 snacks to get enough fat in. Thank you, Albert. I'm trying. It was so nice to get rid of the troll, right? It took me like 30 minutes to learn how to block these idiots. Itchy spots can be psoriasis, eczema, or can be candida die-off. And all of these things are about the gut. All of it. Everything on the skin is right here. Everything. How much salt is too much? They don't really know. It depends on if you've got coronary artery disease and your arterial wall is weakened. But because that's what it does, is it increases the volume of fluid in the arteries. Yes, erythritol, carbs count, but it's also stress to the digestive tract. So get rid of the erythritol, xylitol, maltitol. It's all junk. Thank you. Tai Chi on keto all day, but you also need to lift. Tai Chi is like yoga. Best plant fats. I would say monounsaturated fats. So you can Google what that is. Intermittent fasting is dieting. The thing that is that, when you digest food, it's pretty tough on the body. It's very tough to digest food. So this is the train of thought. You're giving your digestive tract a break. You're getting good gut, liver, kidney clearance. But the reality is, our hunter-gatherers that didn't eat for days at a time, they rested. We don't rest. And they didn't have fucked up guts like we have. So when you have messed up guts, you have high C-reactive protein levels. Your inflammatory levels are all of us are off the hizzy. So your body's fighting a war, right? A war in your body, and then you don't sleep because your sleep sucks, and then you're exposed to all this blue light, and then you're not resting, and you think you can fast? I mean, how stupid is that? Like, why don't these people who talk about fasting, like Dr. Fung? I was listening to his podcast the other day. He's like, it's in my opinion. I was like, bro, stop selling your opinion. You're going to screw people's health up and create hypoglycemia and thyroid issues. Actually, highlights in a rest. Thank you. I'm the best instructor in the world. I try to be. I try to keep it real. And what I sell is not salacious or sexy. People don't like what I say because I tell them the truth. I don't sit there and lie and say it's easy. Simple breakfast for keto. If you don't have histamine, it's bacon and eggs. You got histamine? Then do pork belly. If you have a histamine issue to like potassium-rich foods like spinach or avocado, rotate them. Yeah, it's very difficult to say now for me what a simple keto meal is because now I have to consider everybody's gut lining. Tomatoes and peppers are nightshades. Get rid of them. Now, I'm having a keto book with recipes, and I'm having these foods in it, but I'm putting disclaimers all over this damn book. You got a nightshade issue, you got this, don't touch these foods. You know, these are food porn addicted people. I won't even be able to sell a book if I don't have tomatoes in it. So careful on the tomatoes. Sorry guys, they're high lectin food and they mess you up. Super inflammatory on the inside. Exactly. See, person right there said, I can't eat nightshades because it's an allergy and an allergen. Again, if you're constipated, you have to wonder if you've got a nightshade issue. You can't eat a pepper or chili. No. Keto doesn't work for vegans because you don't get the fat-soluble vitamins in that look very much like human ratios, SFAs and PUFAs, the polys. You just don't. Plus, you don't get the other fat-soluble vitamins in that you need. So I've tested to try to get vegans to adapt on coconut oil and avocado oil and avocados. It didn't work at all. Blood sugar like this, too high, too low, feeling like crap, didn't work, not a single time. Nope. And that's where I got my data from. If you don't like it, oh well. You don't repeat meals every day because that's the problem. We're eating too many mono foods. You have to rotate them. So I finally really started rotating. So I've got different meats in my refrigerator, from pork belly to ribeye to eggs, because I don't have an obvious sensitivity to eggs, and I rotate. Every day I rotate. I just don't eat the same foods all the time anymore. I stopped doing that. I wouldn't say it's the best because they're still trying to understand if it's Celtic or Celtic, versus other salts or Himalayan salt, but I use Himalayan salt primarily. Thank you, whoever the person was saying that I was not a nigger. Wow. Omar, thank you. Hernie, okay, let me see, Hernie, where is Hernie? I'm trying to go back on the list. Flax seeds, be careful. Yes, but be careful. Jalapenos, be careful. No yuckin or yuckin syrup, nope. Keto, pork, red meat. I'm just going back on some of the, who am I supposed to block? I don't see any bad. The itchy skin should be keto. Candida. Oops. Okay. Histamine tests. What was it? Who cares about studies? I don't give a shit. What kind of protein was it? And who was the subject? You know, if you take somebody with gout and somebody who might have a propensity for stones, everybody's going to develop stones on high protein. It could take years, people. Cancer could sit and grow for 20 years in the body. When it comes out, boom, you're fracked up. So I don't care about these stupid studies. Most studies are not long-term, so they don't mean anything. It's like people have done they've done studies on keto, but they're 30 days. What's 30 days going to give you? Keto flu symptoms. So if you did a study on keto in 30 days, I would tell people, like, yeah, this is the worst diet on the planet. Get rid of it. There's no sugar, okay, for keto desserts. Only stevia. No HIIT training if you have any adrenal issues. Remedy for itchy spots, find out what's wrong first. Find out if you have a gut dysbiosis, because you can't give a remedy without figuring out what your problem is. It's probably candida die-off, and that comes from healing that gut and get the bacteria back in balance. Fasting, nope. Intermittent fasting. No, you cannot adapt, people. You might produce ketones that go out of your urine. Yep. Everyone that I've worked with who's done intermittent fasting has problems. It doesn't happen right away. Some people have got high blood sugar. Then they do intermittent fasting, the blood sugar drops, but it rebounds back up again. So it's very subjective. And because your blood sugar drops for a week does not put you in ketosis, the brain still has to accept the ketones. Because if your blood sugar is low and the ketones aren't viable, you're hypoglycemic. And nobody talks about this. No Zevia. Nope. Just stevia. I think Zevia has some chemicals in it. God, how long have I been online? 54, almost an hour. Eat some liver. There's more vitamin C in raw liver than there is in an orange. People don't really know. They say 4,700 milligrams of potassium you need, but people can probably go up to about 3,000 and be okay if you have a good gut wall. Something about meds. You got to recycle that question. No sugar, I know. Well, some people, pork rinds are only like, I'm on a road trip, you know what I mean? I'm crushing it in a salad, because if you eat pork rinds as just a snack in between meals, it'll bump your protein up too high and create gluconeogenesis. The book is going to come out, I don't know. There's no release date because I'm writing it, you guys, and you don't create release dates when you're writing it. When it's turned in and edited, then the process of this is going to be the release date. And you're gone. Wait, was that Herney? I think I blocked him. Let me see. Running on keto, not in the beginning. Favorites, to-go snacks. I don't eat snacks anymore, only when I'm on trips. Best supplement is only magnesium. Same time next week. I don't know. I'm writing a book. If I have time to do it. Good health is not complicated. Whoever's saying that, stop, please, taxpayers. It's not complicated. If your mind is open, it's easy. Yes, don't drink water with your meals. Please do not. Talk about fats per day. 200 to 300 grams of fat per day. Block Bernie Sanders. I don't see him anymore. I hope I blocked him. No longevity supplements. Supplements are garbage. They're man-made, manipulated stuff. Eat real food. Book will only come out when it's being done writing. Some people say no flax seeds. Some people say no flax seeds because seeds are lectins. But I haven't seen a lot of problems with flax seeds. Chia seeds, whole nother mess. Big problem. Spike your blood sugar. They're definitely high in plant chemicals. Okay, that was the races. Gotcha. Okay. Because water with food, who said why no water with food? Because it lowers your stomach acid. And when your stomach acids drop, you don't digest food very well. And if you have any gut problems, which most of us do, it's a mess. It's a mess. You can't absorb your nutrients drinking water while you're eating because it drops your stomach acid. Hemp seeds, I haven't seen a lot of problems, but we got to be careful for the nuts and seeds. But they're quasi approved. No sunflower seeds. Nope. High in lectins. Nope. People have problems. No. Bell peppers will spike your blood sugar. Yeah. So water, better drink water. It's either 20 minutes before or after, but when you're eating and drinking water, it lowers your stomach acids. And your stomach acid is a barrier for pathogens to overgrow and to also help you digest the food. So I stopped doing it. I mean, I felt fine drinking and eating. I just stopped doing it so I could have better digestion. Thank you, Dan. I think I will try to do them more often. I got 108 people in the chat. Blood sugar numbers. Okay, so you want to, like, if you just got a glucometer for the first time, test every 30 minutes for up to 2 hours. You'll see the trend that the blood sugar will spike real high, and then it should drop. Now, a ketogenic number is anything between 69 and 70 grams per deciliter. So, let me see. Should we get vitamin C? You can get vitamin C from a lot of vegetables, people. You're not devoid of vitamin C is in greens and you're eating cruciferous vegetables. Not a problem. Citrus, you can do lemons as long as you don't have a histamine issue. You can do lemons and limes on a ketogenic protocol. That's not a problem at all. No, you should not listen to Jason. Jason's just a young guy who's going to tell you guys what you want to hear. And I'm almost 50. If talking, I've been doing this for 10 years. The guy's been on the internet for 2 years, but he tells you what you want to hear, right? He's ripped. I'm ripped. I'm 50. What is he, like 30, in his early 30s? But he tells you what you want to hear, and I don't. So that's the reason why people start following this Jason guy. It's really embarrassing. But how many women out there who are doing keto have a physique like this, or who are not aging as poorly as these other PHCs or other keto people? It's just, let's look at Jason when he's 50. What? Let's look at him when he's 50. Oh, how much fat when you're fully adapted? Everybody's different. I still keep my fats really high because I expel a lot of energy and my body loves the fats. And as you guys can see, I'm lean on over 200 grams of fat a day, primarily from, this is melting. That's my main source of fat. Thank you, Robert. Yes, guys, I was born in 1967. So the reason why you guys see me in workout clothing and all this kind of stuff is if you show videos from 10 years ago and today, you're going to be like, Steph still is, her body's improving and she looks healthier as time goes on. I mean, you guys can see. No black seed oil, I'm sorry. It's really problematic for people who've got a leaky gut. You can get potassium. There's potassium in vegetation, so you can get it from spinach as well. Spinach is very, very high in potassium. What do you mean? Oh, nutritional ketosis plans. I think it's a strange way to phrase it, but yes, I have keto plans on my website. I do. I don't stay away from lupus. I just don't have the time to answer questions in depth. I have no problem talking about autoimmunity, lupus and RA and hypothyroidism and polycystic ovarian syndrome. I have no problem talking about any of those. Yeah, well, Dominic D'Agostino is full of shit. Sorry. Love you, Dominic. Thank you for your research. But other than that, if you actually go back and listen to Dominic's interviews, he doesn't do strict keto, and he's a bloated mess. Love the guy. But no, he's not. Look, Dominic researches cancer. He's not talking to people with issues, with gut issues. That's not a specialty. That makes a lot of these doctors very subjective. They're very anecdotal. If you were to say to Dominic, but Dominic, I have a cheese sensitivity, or I might have one, he'll be like, oh, well, then, maybe you should stay away from it. He wouldn't know how to answer. Dr. Berg is an idiot. I definitely have more respect for Dominic because at least Dominic is trying to do studies with ketogenesis. Dr. Berg is a friggin' idiot. I have nothing against these people. I don't know them. But the shit he puts out on the internet, some of it's good, most of it's bullshit. It's all it's like he read about it and then did a video about it and then he said, buy my supplements, buy this and buy that and buy this. Every time these fuckers are saying buy these things, I'm sorry for the swearing. Because he's trying to make money. He clickbaits everything. He doesn't know anything about keto. He jumped on the keto bandwagon. Look at his channel. This fucker is using all of the titles and the clickbaits and lose weight and get slim. This dude is like a year older than me. Let's put him in a freaking sports bra. Let's see what that sucker looks like. Come on. What was it? I can't remember the name of that holistic functional doctor. He's like, if you can't do... Because he's a dude. He's like, if you can't do a video with showing your body, then stop talking about health. Stop. Killing me. Sorry. I won't swear anymore. Sorry. How many veggies? Okay, so you can have about 2 to 3 handfuls, which is about 2 to 3 cups, which will, cruciferous only. So you don't want to go beyond 5 grams of carbohydrate with cruciferous types. So that'll put you in that 2 cups or 2 handfuls. Let's do Dr. Berg in a sports bra. I mean, isn't it true, guys? If you can't show your body, right? Skin health, like skin up close. I'm not playing, people. Apple cider vinegar. If you have no histamine intolerance, but apple cider vinegar is loaded with histamines. Vegetarians can do keto as long as you eat this stuff. Boom! But it will be more difficult as a vegetarian, I'm not going to lie. Because most vegetarians don't get enough protein in. We're going to eat eggs all the time, which are high lectin and histamine problem foods. Thank you. Spices, be careful for the nightshades. The pepper family. Salt is great. Nutritional yeast is great. So, just got to be careful. Got to make sure there's a lot of mycotoxins on some of these herbs and whatnot. It can increase the chili in some people. Some people it doesn't increase their blood sugar. Jimmy Moore has lost and gained. So I don't know, that kind of question doesn't mean much. Anyone can lose weight, but I'm talking about being healthy. Yeah, he's very pale, right? Dr. Berg, you need to go get some sun, baby cakes. You need to get some sun, get some vitamin D up in there. Health Pursuit. I forget who that is. I don't know who Dr. Schmidt is. Can he go shirtless? No, bananas are super, that's a GMO food. Like, they have genetically modified that to take the seeds out. Like, no bueno, super fructose food. I don't use much. Natural soaps, and I use shea butter. There's tons to eat on keto. When people say there's not a lot to eat, there's like all amazing fatty meat. So the meat family is great. I mean, if you're out at a restaurant, you have a chicken breast, fine. But on the daily fatty meats, you have a barrage of vegetables and greens, which is amazing. And the fat. So when people are like, what's there left to eat? Well, no bad food. No crap food. That's what's left not to eat, baby. And you can make a ton of carb replacements, which aren't my favorite. They are not my favorite. But you can do things like flax meal and coconut flour to make muffins and breads and pizzas and all this crap. Pancakes. Dr. Berg is a snake oil salesman. Now, some of his information is good. I don't know the guy. He could be the nicest guy on the planet, but he is trying to make them dollar bills, yo, and he is killing it. Dr. Berg, you killing it, but I don't want to kill it. I could do the same clickbaity stuff and be like, get ripped like Stephanie in 90 days. I can't do it. I'd rather die. Nope. I'd rather pull every freaking tooth out with a plier than to lie to you guys to make money. What a dumb question. Do I grow any of my own crops? Nope. I got to deal with all of the lectins and the man-manipulated foods and rotate them, just like you should. One meal a day is going to screw up your adrenal glands. So when you don't eat and your glycogen is depleted, where are you going to get the energy from? The adrenal glands. And what's that going to create? Adrenal insufficiencies. That's the problem. Like, young people don't think. Think over time, yo. Look at people when they get older. It's not a coincidence that people age so poorly. 3 meals a day and 2 snacks when you just start keto, not forever. And keep your teeth. Do oil pulling with coconut oil. So good for your teeth. Almond flour has all the things, phytates, lectins, and it has too many carbs. Get rid of it. And mycotoxins. Boom. No, look at Dominic D'Agostino. I would love to see Dominic D'Agostino shirtless. Let's see. Let's look at the skin quality and the health of the face and the organs just on pure aesthetics. Because you can see ripped people on Instagram, but if you get up to their face, like I go to the gym, I'm like, whoa! Like this girl, I know she's on exogenous stuff. Her skin is jacked up. But if you saw her, she's got like abs, she's got muscles, she's got quads, she got booty, but it's from exogenous sources, which is screwing up her liver. Her face don't look good. Coconut flour, be careful. I've watched a lot of people's blood sugar spike, and it's a little high on carbohydrates for newbies on keto. You can't replace protein. You're gonna become catabolic if you try to replace protein with a plant protein. It's incomplete. Oregano oil is good, but it has a sugar spiking and it can make people sick. So be careful with the oregano oil. No once a week. Keto is all or nothing. You do it the right way, you're not going to do it. Glucose 45 to 50 is too low. You're having hypoglycemia. I would say time under tension, 3-second negatives. Ramp down the lifting of the weight. Don't go under 9 reps. You make gummy bears out of collagen and citrus and stevia and salt. There's a sweet treat. Or like a fat bomb with cacao butter that doesn't have the mycotoxins. Almond flour has lectins. These are plant chemicals that screw up your gut. Get rid of it. Junk, especially almonds. Get rid of it. tips to stay on track. They're in my videos, but I say things like, people don't realize that they're not breathing and their posture is like this, right? And this creates lack of circulation in the organ area. So a lot of people's posture is all screwed up, like stupid stuff like that. Like, don't expose your body to blue light at night. Like, small things like this make a huge difference. Coconut flour is not okay for people who've got histamine response. Coconut flour is not okay for people who've got, high blood sugar spiking, potentials. Dr. Fung is a friggin' idiot. He's an idiot. He's another moneymaker, people. If you listen to him, most of his studies have been on obese people. Most of y'all who come to me are not obese. You are from, 10 to 65 pounds overweight. That doesn't indicate that you're obese. 2 tablespoons of 11 grams of protein. I would have it with food so it doesn't go through the bloodstream too quickly. Yeah, Dr. Funk's stupid. He's an idiot. The whole thing is wrong, and it's all to make money. Yes, because if you have adrenal insufficiencies and you don't eat and you don't use ketones, your adrenal glands are forced to break down protein to give your brain energy, and that's a fact, and that's just science. He doesn't factor in the fact that we're lit all day long and that we're in a state of fight or flight all day. We're in a fight or flight all day. If you fast, do nothing. Then it's the best thing ever. If you fast, sit on your ass and do nothing. That's what you should do when you fast. And you're gone. And okay. I love apes, so I have no problem being an ape. Oh, yeah, I don't know about your left shoulder pain. I don't know if that's an organ. I don't know if it's gallbladder. I have no idea. Thank you, Jennifer. Can you come live with me for a month? Thank you. Is it Smashley? Dr. Axe. Don't know enough about him, but like I said, let's see them shirtless. What I eat in a day can't be what you can eat in a day. I've been doing this stuff for 10 years, guys. It doesn't matter what I eat in a day. It should be what an average person or the newbie eats in a day. For somebody starting keto who has cancer, that's huge. You have to really take a look at yourself and go, am I ready for this? Because if you have cancer, and it depends on what stage of the development of the cancer that you have, and you don't do the right application of it, or you're not graduating slowly down into it, and you're not rotating, you're not figuring out if you have gut issues, it can be a real problem. It's not like do 85-15, 80% fat, 15% protein, 5% carbohydrates, and then do keto because you have cancer and think that's going to help. Because if your blood sugar shoots up, I've seen people with diabetic high numbers doing keto because their body is just going into hypergluconeogenesis, and you got to do it the right way. So you got to just take a look at your life, reevaluate, and go, here are all my stresses. Here's where I'm sitting too long. Here's where I'm doing this and that and this and that and this and that. Okay, let's see here. Your troll will come back in every once in a while. Okay, we're good. Walnuts and pumpkin seeds are high lectin foods with phytates and mold on them. A lot of you guys have gut problems because if you've had antibiotics in your lifetime, then no. That's a no. I'm learning how to use this chat better. Okay. I know, bye Jack. It's good when I learn how to use it. I just realize now that when you have trolls like that, they're clicking on the video because they are curious, there's an interest. It's I did delete him. This other guy, I forgot what his name was, Herman or something. I kept blocking him, and he could keep coming back. It wasn't until I put them in timeout that their stuff. Yeah, so now he's coming back as Anthony. So he's got a lot of troll accounts. It's okay, Anthony. You're gone. All right. Here we go. Okay. I don't know if people have time on their hands, but this kind of society is really, it's very interesting, you guys. I'm turning 50 in a couple of months, and so I've been able to kind of be young a couple of decades, and I lived a long time. Urine strips don't work. The meter. Keto camp, yeah, maybe I'll do that soon. But I've watched people change over time, and it's like people don't realize what's coming. And trolls that come onto the internet like this that are trying to get my attention because that's what these people want. Yeah, I'll be 50 in 2 months. I don't look younger than 25, but I definitely feel that when I look in the mirror, I'm still myself. I'm not seeing profound, progression of aging. I don't see it. So it kind of puts me at ease because there are so many things that I need to accomplish, and I need to not deal with all of the internal organs that are making me age, right? All the toxins that you're exposed to if you can't methylate and you can't detox out. If more toxins are coming in than you can get rid of them because you are not managing, you will get fracked up. Okay, we're an hour and 16 minutes, and I know that people won't watch the replay when it's that long. I need to come to Barbados. Maybe one day, yeah. Thank you, Susan. I'm trying. My knee is destroyed. I've had 10 surgeries on it, but I'm able to manage my knee through keto and just smart practices. The way I work out. If you guys see some of my videos, I'll do handstands. Like, what are you doing at the gym for so long? And I'm like, well, I will do other things. I'll stretch. I stretch a lot because as you get older, the synovial fluid in your joints goes down. And even though keto has really lubricated my joints, I'm still going through other processes or processes of aging. I'm still going through it. I'm just really managing it well. Thank you, everyone, for saying the nice things. I appreciate it. I need to finish it's not a cookbook, guys. It's the ultimate keto book. And I'm not fracking around. It's the ultimate one. And I'm taking, I'm tired of the stuff that I see on the internet. It's time to explain why no cheese. It's time to explain why no nuts. And be careful for the caffeine and the alcohol. I'm going to explain why. And I'm going to use science. I'm not going to just use dude, it's okay, eat the cheese. It's a good source of fat, It's got vitamin D in it. I will include some workout information. I'm not going to put workout plans in the book, but I'm going to explain things like GLUT4 receptors development. I'm going to explain how the mitochondria reacts to using ketones for muscle. I'm going to use a lot of my opinion in this book, or my findings. Let's say my observational studies, but I don't want to just put workout stuff in that. And I think that I will have series of books that go more into how you work out on keto, how do you get the business, how do you get the gains. I might go more into that in the near future. No, coffee is death. It's garbage. Get rid of it. If you need it, something's wrong with you. Drink a fatty tea if you need to get mucus. A lot of people that have problems with their mucin production when they don't get their electrolytes in. Yes, so primrose oil helps with that with some people. Green tea, no. Nope. It's got caffeine in it, get rid of it. Tallow is got a little bit different properties on the ratios of the fat-soluble vitamins, and tallow is more of an LCT, which is long-chain fat, and butter has more MCTs in it, which is medium-chain triglyceride, and it has lauric acid in it, and tallow doesn't. Plant-based trace minerals, it depends on a person's response to the physical response to anything supplemental and the quality of those trace minerals. Herbal teas, as long as only cacao butter, because there's different species of cacao. Like the raw cacao has too much mold on it and has too many mycotoxins or caffeine. Oh, and lectins. Lectin. Google it, guys. Lectins. Dandelion tea, yes. Yes. Thank you. Cod liver oil, yes. Be careful for the quality and all that. No maca. Nope. Lectin. No. Best source of vitamin B's. Bone broth. Collagen powder. Have it with food. Can spike your blood sugar because it's been hydrolyzed and broken down. I do personal coaching at stephanieperson.com if somebody wants to write that. Keto helps on autoimmunity like crazy. No organic decaf because it still has organic. They still use benzoyl chloride to strip out the caffeine. It still has caffeine in it, so get rid of it. It still has mycotoxins. Get rid of it. The best book is the one I'm writing. No, it's a theory that maca works for hormones. You can balance your hormones. Don't use supplements, guys, just to fix things. Change your lifestyle. Go down the rabbit's hole. Find out why you develop hypothyroidism, a low T, or estrogen dominance. Because a lot of these things you can fix by putting your body in a homeostatic balance. You just don't know how to do it. Don't run for the supplements. They often don't work. Yes, stephanieperson.com. Thank you, Chase. No, I'm going to go. I'm not going to be here all day. Thank you. Yes, keto helps arthritis. Oh, beyond measure. Please learn how to do it the right way. Yeah, meds really, the stress of metformin. Yeah, a lot of people have problems trying to adapt with metformin, but that's a whole nother discussion. Whoever said I should go is right. I've been an hour and 20 minutes. People won't watch the replay when it's this long. Love from India. Yay. I cannot wait to go to India. It's on my bucket list. India and Iceland are like, I'm very close to booking tickets to both. Yes, people talk about keto and overweight, but you have to manage your blood sugar. That's the reason why I talk about keto ranges and viability of your ketones and like the 1.8 to the 3.0 ketone range with the blood glucose between 69 and 70. And then you have to make sure that your poop doesn't float and that you don't have any bloating effects, and you don't have any reactive hypoglycemia or any blood sugar dysregulation when you're trying to keto adapt. Yeah, you can mix your fats with stevia, not a problem. I'm gonna test before keto. I would do a hormonal panel. If you're worried about cholesterol, but I mean, it's better to get your triglyceride HDL ratio and what's the best ketone monitor? Precision Extra, coming from Abbott as a parent company. Milk Thistle, yes. Plant proteins don't count. Nope. They don't really spike your blood sugar, and they're not really helpful in helping you adapt. Yes, milk thistle tea. Love you, Jay. Thank you. Yes, physiological insulin resistance is done because people do keto the wrong way. That's gluconeogenesis. If you can't get your stress down, then you can't do keto because it can create a physiological insulin resistance response. Macadamia nuts, yeah, if you don't have a problem with them as far as like any histamine reaction, yes. Green tea, no, has caffeine. Yes, meal plans on my site, meal plans in the book, yes. Or, on the book, sorry, yes. You're praying for my knee. Thank you, I need it. What is it? Selendine tea. I don't know what it is. Keto ice cream. Yes, I make it out of coconut cream. Yes, I have old stupid videos on how to make it. The cheapest way to test is just to journal. Journal everything. Sleep quality, appetite, mood swings, everything. Yes, but this peripheral insulin resistance, these are all contextual things. So I don't know what you're trying to say with that. And we're an hour and 23. We've got 102 people that have stuck around. So thank you guys. Give me the thumbs up. If you guys don't mind, give me a thumbs up so people can see the people who support what I'm trying to say. If you don't mind, give me those thumbs, happy thumbs, and some love. You're a vegetarian, no eggs. Yeah, don't eat eggs. But try to eat some fish, some salmon, even though vegetarians don't eat fish. And butter. Love you too. Thank you guys. You're so awesome. Thank you, Andrew. No coffee because of, I've got a video. I've got 20 videos on it. It's really, really bad for keto. The pesticides, the caffeine overstimulating the adrenals, the lack of tyrosine, the dehydration of it, the acidity of it. On and on, mycotoxins, blah, 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 blah. People don't adapt. Give me a thumbs up, guys. No caffeine and no cacao unless it's cacao butter. That is approved. Thank you, guys. Thank you from South America. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks, guys. You're awesome. Again, no raw cacao, just cacao butter. Thank you. You're awesome. And I'll be back. Just be looking out. What you guys can do that I learned was to put the push notification, go to your YouTube channel and allow a notification so when I do go live, you guys will know. This was my first time here on YouTube. You guys know that I'm writing the Ultimate Keto book. I also have a keto course Facebook page through my site, stephanieperson.com. And if you don't want to join that course page, you can just go to Stephanie the Business Person for my other page, or you guys can go to my Instagram. I hate social media, but I love hate it. Stephanie Ketogenic on my Instagram, and I think I should be out. Thank you, guys. I try to be honest and not tell you everything that you want to hear. And I was in Melbourne a couple months ago doing my seminars. Where were you? Where were you, Sarah? Chamomile tea, yes, as long as you don't have a histamine response. Okay, guys, thank you for joining the broadcast. This is an hour and 25 minutes, and I think it's time to go. Click, oh yeah, the person was saying how to click subscribe and then click for the notifications to come through, and I will be back. I'll probably be back in a couple of days to test this out. My coaching is online. I've got 1 hour, and I've got group consultations anywhere from $100 to it's $100 to $175 to $200 if you want me to record it, if you want me to record the session and get it to you. I just explained that caffeine forces the adrenal glands to go into gluconeogenesis. It has mycotoxins, down-regulates your tyrosine. You can't freaking sleep at night. It's a diuretic, so you're losing minerals and lowers your testosterone, pregnenolone. I mean, on and on and on and on and on and on. And the mycotoxins, the pesticide, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, guys. Yes, it's worth it because you get me being honest with you. Seminars in Los Angeles will come after the book is turned in. Yes, and I'm working so hard, guys, on this book. You have no idea. Press the button. I know. Stephanie, shut up. Shut up. It'll be on Amazon, yes. I would say I've been around the longest. These other people haven't been around as long as me. They haven't coached as many people as me, and then I don't tell people what they want to hear. So would I give myself kudos for probably being the best coach? You damn right. Confidence and self-value. That's what it's about. No cheese at all. Not even goat, even though it has less of the lectins. Okay, guys, bye. And I'm out. I'm trying to be out, but it's not allowing me to get out.